It's my honor to introduce Joe Neguse. As a member of the House Select Committee on the Climate Crisis and the House Natural Resources Committee, Congressman Neguse has become a strong leader on climate action in Congress. In the first term, he secured Colorado as the location of the Climate Crisis Committee's first field hearing. There's some people from Colorado here, right? Howard Cho is right here. Yeah. He has championed climate issues in Congress and has been an unfailing voice in addressing the climate crisis. Let's give him a big hand. Thank you so much for being here.
All right, well, good afternoon, good afternoon. It's wonderful to be here. I just landed, actually, from Colorado, the state that I am privileged to be able to represent in the United States Congress, and the first group of people that I have the privilege of being able to greet are all of you. And it couldn't be more fitting for me as someone who cares deeply about our planet and is so deeply grateful to every single one of you for all that you are doing to save it. You've heard, I suspect, throughout the day today about the historic actions that we took over the course of these last 4 years because of the work that so many of you have been engaged in year after year, in some cases decade after decade, building the drumbeat for climate action, making the case that it's on us together, collectively, collaboratively, to address what is an existential challenge. I am proud of the work that we did over the last 4 years. I'm proud of President Biden and Vice President Harris's leadership in ensuring that we rejoin the Paris Climate Accords. I'm proud of their leadership in working with the Congress to enact the largest climate investment in the history of the world. That is something for all of us to be proud of. And yet we know that much work remains. I know you all had an opportunity to hear from one of my colleagues, a dear friend and someone who's been a champion for climate action, Kathy Castor from the great state of Florida. She ran the Select Committee on the Climate Crisis that was impaneled back in the 116th and 117th Congresses, a committee which, as was mentioned, I had the privilege of serving on. And although we made a lot of progress in enacting some of the solutions that committee proposed, by the way, solutions that didn't come from us, but came from you, came from countless citizens and scientists and folks engaged in this work throughout the country as part of our field hearings. We made a lot of progress, but there was a lot left on the cutting room floor. We know that there is more to do, which is why I could not be more excited about supporting someone whom I believe has the vision, the moral courage, the clarity of conviction to lead our great country, and that's Kamala Harris as the 47th President of the United States. But look, for those of you, those folks who tell you that climate is not going to have anything to do with this election, I would just disabuse them of that notion. And I see this, my time is coming up, so I'll just tell you why. You look at Project 2025 and you glean what the Republicans have in store if they are given power and the disruptive impact that will have on our ability to ultimately protect our planet, to protect our environment for my children, for your children, for generations to come. It is alarming, it is sobering, and it should repurpose us to do the work that must be done over the course of these next 80 days. So I'm fired up to do it with you, and I'm grateful for all that you have done and you'll continue to do to make sure that we win on November 5th. Thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it.